channel. My name is Jenna. If you guys are new here, welcome to an everyday makeup routine checking in on 2024. I have my whole bag of makeup. This is what I actually use every single day to just keep all of my makeup in. I have another organizer, but I don't like opening the drawer. I'm just gonna keep everything in this bag. Filming my everyday makeup routine is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time now. And then another thing I wanted to do was just to overall talk to you guys about how the year is going. I want to address like how the first half of 2024 has been, because it has been a crazy roller coaster, and I just think it would be a good time to reflect on it. Not exactly talk about our goals, but I have a good idea. Like, I'm not going to look at my goals or anything, but I have a good idea of what I've wanted to accomplish this year. So I thought we would kind of kill two birds with one stone, show you guys my everyday makeup routine, and just kind of chat. I just logged off of work and I have an event to go to with Thomas shortly in like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna try to do this in 30 minutes. I'm going to also link all the products that I'm using down below. If I don't remember to share everything, every single thing that I use in here will be linked down below. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, 2024. How is it going for you guys? I would love to know, so definitely comment below and let's just talk in general about how 2024 has been. I feel like for me, I'm really proud of myself in 2024. I feel like when it came to all of my goals, all of my like what I wanted to accomplish this year, like 2023 was pretty healing for me. I was like fixing myself from 2022, like trying to build myself mentally in my strength, and I got really into running, I got into reading, and so I remember in 2024 I was like, I just want to build off of that and like continue to grow and like continue to improve as a person. And then, as you guys know, I got really burnt out like pretty early, and not just with my job. I don't really know if I was burnt out with my job, but I became burnt out with my hobby, which I think is even worse than being burnt out with your job. A lot of times I feel like our hobbies are, I'm also gonna use the viewfinder as my mirror. I feel like for a lot of us, our hobbies are kind of like what keeps us going, especially if we are working like a corporate job. Working in corporate in general, I feel like can be pretty boring, and that's just a fact. And so I feel like what grounds us and like what keeps us kind of moving along our work weeks is having those hobbies. And I feel like because I took on this year and had so many pursuits, like doing the speed project, ultimately that's what it was, right? If you guys have been watching my videos, but the speed project, I feel like I was just working a lot in general. I was trying to stay really diligent with my YouTube channel, but also giving myself a break. I had a lot of travel in the beginning of the year, and you guys know traveling is not something I like necessarily jump to do, but I felt like I had a lot of planned travel that was either with like my family or visiting friends, which all ended up being experiences I loved. It's just really hard for me to like enjoy it until I'm there. So yeah, I got pretty burnt out, and I feel like if I were to let all of that get to me, like maybe I would 2 years ago, I'd be like, this year sucks and I don't like this year. I feel like I'm not growing this year. This year is disappointing. This year sucks. But I feel like I actually took myself out of the burnout that I was experiencing, and so I just want to talk about that more. First, mainly with the running stuff, and I've talked about this, I feel like a lot, but I'd never really like fully reflected on my healing of the running. I think ultimately when it comes to being burnt out from something, you just have to overall step away from it for a little bit and allow yourself to heal from what you're burnt out from. Because I just feel like a lot of times if you continue when you're already burnt out, whether it's work or a hobby, then it just gets worse, and then it's gonna plummet and your mental health will significantly plummet. So I took a break. After the speed project was done in the beginning of April, I straight up just stopped running long distances. For me, a long distance is anything above like 7 miles, just because of the training that I had to do. I was running like 50-mile weeks at one point. So I was like nothing more than like 5 or 6 miles. And I actually did that. And I can say that because I took that break and I allowed myself a break from the hobby that I was getting burnt out from, that I used to love, it allowed me to actually heal from that burnout and now come back to it. I'm starting marathon training this week actually, and I feel really excited. So I feel like this year I'm really proud of myself because of the mental strength that I like built last year. I got myself out of burnout by the middle of the year, and I'm just really, really proud of myself. Okay, I need to wash my hands. Okay. So getting out of the burnout of running, I actually feel really excited to start marathon training, and it's going to be a long, long journey, you guys. Like it's the end of June and the marathon is at the end of October. So I know that this is going to take up the rest of my year, but I've just decided that literally my only goal is to cross the finish line. It's like my first marathon. I don't really know if I would do more marathons after this one anyways, because I loved so much the break from long distance running that I'm like, okay, I feel like after the marathon, maybe I can just take a break for a while and just be like a normal person, be in my routine, not feel like I have to like pursue so much, and we'll see. But I don't know. Overall, wrapping up running, I just feel in a really good place with it. And I feel like what I've learned from becoming burnt out with a hobby is just being able to fully take a step back and allow myself that space so that I can reignite that love for the hobby again. Okay. Next, let's talk about life. I feel like I already talked about traveling and stuff. I'm actually in a good place, I feel like, with traveling. I'm not going to too many more places, but I feel like the upcoming travel that I do have, I am becoming excited for, so that's really good. Good job. Hi! Oh my goodness. Next, when it comes to 2024, I feel like a really big thing for me, if it wasn't running in the marathon, it was learning Korean. And I already kind of talked about this in my recent videos, so I won't expand too much, but just for the sake of learning Korean being a huge goal in 2024, like I said, I feel like if I were to put it really objectively, I have learned more this year than I ever have in my life. Like, I feel like I can make like extremely basic sentences. I learned how to say like the date, the day of the week, stuff like that I literally, you guys, did not know before. So yeah, I feel like that's in a really good spot, and I'm glad that I also just decided to bite the bullet and pay for a course, because self-study really only went so far for me because there's too many things I feel like I need to be self-motivated with. So I'm just glad that I like decided to pay for the course, because I would have spent the money on something else anyways. It was $200, like $209 or something, and I just feel like to accomplish like a really huge goal, it just wasn't worth trying to save that money and like figure out my own plan when there's literally a professor that has taken courses to be a teacher of learning Korean. So I really love the course. I'm really excited to start the next level of it. I think that starts the first week of July. It starts pretty soon, but I'm overall in a really good place with it. And yeah, I think that's really all. I've already said all of that. Like, you guys know that. I feel like that's been a huge part of this year for me. And okay, I also will say, relating to my Korean classes, this is the first time I've taken like a class in a really long time. And it's actually been kind of nice to, I was nervous if it was gonna stress me out on top of like my YouTube stuff, but honestly, or not my YouTube stuff. Well, yes, YouTube and work, but it honestly hasn't been that bad. The class is at night, it's twice a week, and I feel like it's just allowed me to like be at home more, which, if you guys know, like I feel like I kind of overbook myself pretty easily. So being able to like say no because I have Korean class at night has actually, I feel like, come out a little bit better for me than I expected, because I have more time at home and I don't have to like overdo myself so much, because I am a pretty social person. So in that way, I feel like it's been really nice. What else with 2024? Overall, just an overall like vibe check of 2024. I feel like it's been a pretty good year. Has it been like the literal best year of my life? I don't think so, but I feel like it's been a pretty solid year. And something that I took from a previous episode from Abby Weinstein's podcast was the idea that like self-development, you don't always have to be in a place of like self-development. I'm already doing enough. Pursuing a marathon, which I've never done before, and learning a language, that's like enough development, you know? Or at least I can decide that it is. You don't always have to like be constantly improving something about yourself or your life or your mind or something. I feel like I'm actually in a really good place with myself mentally. So this year I really wanted to achieve like contentment, or like, I guess being unbothered is another way to say it. And I feel like I'm actually kind of getting there. I feel like mentally I'm becoming more just accepting of whatever happens to me, and I'm trying not to get too worked up about stuff all the time. And I feel just overall, I feel like less stressed and less pressure when it comes to, I guess the first thing I think of is YouTube. I feel less pressure with YouTube just overall. And I'll say also in 2024, my like metrics and my growth is probably going to be the worst it's ever been since I've started my channel. And I am totally okay with that. Because if it means that I'm not getting burnt out from my job and burnt out from YouTube, and I just let my channel be whatever I want it to be as a hobby, then there's no more like, I'm trying to care less about like views, like how SEO good, or like how strong SEO wise a video is, or like does this make sense, and blah 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 blah. I've kind of just like released all the pressure I feel like I used to give myself when it comes to my YouTube channel, and I feel like it honestly shows in hopefully the quality of my content. Like, I just feel happier with it, and it's just kind of taking you guys along my life in a really chill way. I feel like I have a good balance right now of having work to live diaries, but also just normal days in my life. And I hope you guys are liking it. I've just been loving vlogging like normal days, and I kind of sprinkle it in between work to live diaries, and I like it. I feel like it's really fun and casual, and hopefully a comfort place for you like it is for me to film. And I'm in a really good place too with my like overall editing style and just like vibe of my YouTube channel. I don't feel like I need to like refresh or rebrand or anything this year. I'm just kind of like enjoying where I'm at. And I feel like that's also really important too, to just like enjoy where you are, going back to the self-development stuff and not always have to like improve or whatever. But I don't care about the views anymore. Like, I don't care about the growth. Like I said, like if I were to look at the growth, which I have, it's like the worst it's ever been. But I feel like mentally where I'm at with YouTube, I'm at like the highest I've ever been. So it just goes to show that numbers only go so far. It doesn't like define everything. And what matters is just like if you're happy. The worst part is my brows. Also, this is definitely more makeup that I actually use on a daily basis, but I'm trying to use everything so that I have enough time to talk about stuff. Okay, I'm trying to think back to my Notion template of what my goals are. So I have like personal, health and fitness, career, financial. You guys, budgeting. This is the first year literally ever I've stayed so consistent with budgeting, and it is so nice. It's not just budgeting, it's just like being aware of where your money is going, like being aware of how much you're spending and trying to set like very, very light goals for how much you want to spend in a certain category. It has honestly kind of changed my life and I love it. So you guys have to try budgeting. I feel like it's allowed me to save a lot of money, and I know that's not like a groundbreaking thing. Oh yeah, if you budget, you're gonna save money, like of course. But I don't know, I guess I'm just someone that like, if you go back to my other videos, I used to be like, I don't really budget, like blah, blah, blah. It's nothing really, where's my thing? I feel like I used to just think of budgeting as like, I would save a certain amount of money and like spend the rest. But it's actually been really nice being more aware of like what I'm spending where. And if anything, where's my brush? Oh, here. This is my broken highlighter brush, but I love the brush itself. It's just that the thing came off, so oops. But yeah, you guys have to start budgeting, just because also like if you're someone like me that spends a lot on gifts, you can like be a little bit more aware of that too and kind of think to yourself like, I don't have to spend so much on gifts. Or if you do have to spend a lot, if it's like a big milestone birthday for somebody, that you might have to spend a little bit more, which you don't have to. I guess it's just what I tend to do. You can be more aware of it, and then you can budget for it, and you can still allow yourself to save money. I think my goal that I made for myself in the beginning of the year was to save $10,000, and I did do it. I looked at my budget at the end of May or like beginning of June, and I was like, I actually think I've like gotten to the point where I've saved $10,000, which is so cool. I'm not a financial channel by any means, and I don't really share my finances. I'm just saying that the value of budgeting or just being aware of your expenses is huge, and you will find that value if you just put in the effort every single week or even every single month. Like copy and paste your credit card transactions, put it in your Google spreadsheet. I use the one made by my friend Selena. It's like so quick to just update it, even if you haven't done it for like the whole month. It is just so helpful. This is literally the best freaking eyeshadow ever. I've used this for like years, and I'm literally gonna get another one once I'm out. It is so good. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, just budget. It's just really important, especially as we get older, or if anyone is close to age, or if anyone is like a similar age to me and you're like mid to late 20s, it's just at some point you're gonna have to face the fact that like you need to be aware of your finances and your spending. It's just a part of, I think, growing up. Or if you've been budgeting since you were younger, obviously that's better than me. But I'm just learning this year of all years in 2024 at 27 years old that budgeting is actually so important, and it doesn't have to be like a dreadful thing too. It can allow you to accomplish your goals. Oh, I actually am making pretty good timing. This is all I do. I just use powder, blush, everything. I keep it pretty natural, and that's it. Oh, here's one thing. I feel like you guys will already know this, so it's not gonna be like a shocker, but I have moved every single year since I think 2022. And I'm happy to report that we will not be moving this year. We're gonna renew our lease, which is up in September. And we're probably gonna stay at this apartment through the end of medical school, which is 2026. So I'm actually nervous about like what this place, like am I just gonna keep this place looking exactly like this for the next 2 years? I could, but I kind of feel like there's nothing else I really wanna do with it. So we'll see, but no, we're not moving. I still am going to make an apartment hunting video in Arlington. And I know that everyone's feedback, or like anyone that obviously doesn't follow my channel, but they like found the video, they're like, why didn't you put the names of the apartment buildings? Well, it's because I was living there. But since I'm not moving this year, I can go around and tour all the new apartments in Arlington and show you guys how they look, and I'll be able to say the building names. So I actually have 2 of those planned for Friday, like the actual tour, and then I'll probably make the video maybe in July or August. But I'm really excited because I feel like honestly that video last year took so long to just like prepare and do, but it was really fun, and I feel like it is like extremely valuable content for anyone that's specifically looking to move in Arlington, Virginia, and like maybe you don't live here. So keep a lookout for that, and I think that's everything. I'm just gonna do my mascara and then I'm actually done. I just have to change, maybe put on a lip, but that will be later. That is my everyday makeup. Do you guys like it? I feel like that looks like a lot. I should do my makeup more honestly for my videos, but I just can't be bothered, especially on the weekdays, to like put on makeup. So this is the most that you guys will get from me, and I hope you guys like the look. Okay, well, I will see you guys. I'm actually vlogging like the whole day today, so this is just a little break from that vlog to film this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, let me know in the comment section how this year is going for you. I think that's everything. I'll see you guys in a new video very soon. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. I post new videos twice a week in 2024. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video, but until then, miss you already.